Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I want to thank you for taking your time to be part of this great show. Allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel if you're watching us for the first time and turn on the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. Help us share our videos and give this particular video a like so that it can be recommended to more people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The impeachment motion that was discussed today in Parliament has really placed William Ruto in a very awkward position. You know, we've had a lot of problems in the country. We have floods that are now sweeping property, destroying property, and people are being swept away. In fact, it led to the postponement of the opening of our schools. The capitation fee did not reach schools in time. In fact, the capitation fee that is going to be remitted for second term was supposed to have been remitted in the second term. And of course, we've had fake fertilizer and accidents. And people have been asking what exactly is really happening in this country. To make matters worse, we include the doctor strike and people are dying. Many are wondering, is William Ruto listening and watching what is happening? Pauline Njoroge, in the wake of all this, is saying something. And she's saying that some UDA supporters are trying to console themselves ati Ruto sio mbaya, wale wamemzunguka ndio wabaya. They are blaming the CSS for all the mess going on in the country and saying that the president needs to fire them and hire competent people to do the job. Most CSS in this administration are grossly incompetent. Granted, but if the president really cares for the country, if he really cares for competency and efficient delivery of services to Kenyans, why does he keep them? Why does he keep them? Anyway, maybe he just wants to be surrounded by people he can micromanage. You know, there have been talks going on that William Ruto wants competent people so that they keep on messing up. Maybe for Kenyans to believe that he's good, but he's surrounded by bad people, or people he can just micromanage, people he knows very well that can do nothing without him. But today, when that impeachment motion came about and it was discussed, people are asking, what will William Samoei Ruto do? In that impeachment motion, 149 members supported the ouster of Linturi, 36 opposed it, and 3 others abstained. Now, it resulted in forming a member committee, about 11 committee members, who will be looking into the conduct of Mithika Linturi. And they've got 10 days to get back to Parliament with a report, whether the allegations against Linturi are substantiated. If they find out that they don't hold any water, then that will be the end of that impeachment motion. But if they come up with a report that indeed Linturi has a case to answer, then they will discuss it and they will invite Linturi to be heard. Now, if Parliament adopts the committee report, if 176 members of Parliament adopt this report, then William Ruto will have no other choice but to relieve him of his duties. And this is why I'm telling you that this really has put William Ruto in a very awkward situation and in a very awkward position. I want you to see what Robert Alai was saying about the impeachment motion that was kickstarted today. He's saying that instruction to most Kenya Kwanza MPs from Statehouse was very simple. And the instruction was, Zika huyo ng'ombe. That is Robert Alai saying. President wanted to drive fear on the cabinet that all are dispensable. Linturi's case presented best opportunity to show how if president wants you to show if president wants, you will go. Better route than sacking. President President can't be blamed. Only the president can't be blamed. Only parliament didn't like you. Linturi relied on fake assurances. So according to Robert Alai, he's trying to say that this had the nod of the president, that the president had instructed the members of parliament from the Kenya Kwanza team to ensure that they do away with Michika Linturi. I don't know what you think about Linturi's case and whether the president was aware. Now, I want you to listen to Linturi. He believed that he's a friend to the president and he believed that he could go nowhere. Listen to him.
Mimi ukiniangalia sasa, mimi niko katika serikali na rais anajua ile kazi mimi ninafanya. Ukiangalia sasa, na wakati ule nilikuwa naangaishwa na Uhuru Kenyatta na Kinandisi hai huku, si unaona tofauti, mambo ilibadilika. Sasa unafikiria mimi ni mtu wa kutishwa ama kuangaishwa na watu? Hapana. Nyinyi niombeeni tu niwe na nguvu.
Now, that was material Linturi, and he simply believed that nothing could happen to him. In fact, throughout the fake fertilizer saga, Linturi kept on telling people that there was no fake fertilizer. This was all about Azimio propaganda. Even at a time when farmers were complaining, he still kept on blaming, shifting the blame game. And he believed that nothing can happen to him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to inform you just how precarious this is to the president, because it has divided the Kenya Kwanza team right in the middle. And I know the president might not want Linturi to go, but there are certain members who really want him to go. First of all, as Pauline Njoroge puts it, if the president wanted Linturi to go, he wouldn't have waited to this moment. He would have sacked Linturi. But Robert Alai now tries to explain that maybe he fears sacking Linturi because of political ramification. Maybe the mayor will start complaining that, our man has been sacked and all this. So he wanted the smoothest way so that they will not blame him, but parliament shall be blamed. But I simply believe that if the president did not want Mr. Linturi, if he didn't support some of this, then he would have sacked him. Kimani Chungwa, who is the majority leader, really defended Mr. Linturi today, and he feels that these are political machinations from the opposition. So with that, I believe that William Ruto is in support of Linturi, because that was the biggest mess that can ever happen when farmers are crying foul and there are evidence that they are fake fertilizer. And he was still, speaking in a manner that does not befit a man who is manning agriculture. We always say that agriculture is the backbone of our country, and it was very bad until people like John Alanamu went along secretly, investigated, and found out the real truth. He still picked up a war with John Alanamu, calling him names. And that's why I'm telling you that Statehouse is fully behind Mithika Linturi. But be that as it may, the MPs from Rift Valley criticized Mithika Linturi and they were calling for his sacking. People like Cherargei did not support Linturi, and they said there must be proper investigation so that we bring those who are culpable to book. The principal secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Rono, the one they are working with in the same department, did not read from the same page as he. In fact, he wrote a letter immediately, a memo, suspending the supply of those fertilizer to farmers. And Linturi suspended the letter and overruled it, telling the NCPB, National Cereals and Produce Board, to go ahead supplying the fertilizer. So most farmers from Kalenjin Nation, from Rift Valley, did not like it. The leaders did not support him. His principal secretary did not support him. In fact, the nation was shocked that even the Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi called on quick investigation and faster investigation so that we could bring those who are culpable to book. At first, Mithika had said there's no fake fertilizers, and therefore, according to him, there were no any people who were culpable. Later, after it was found out that we had fake fertilizer that had found itself in the supply chain, then they were now looking for scapegoats. Some people, and I think some people have been mentioned adversely, and they want to sacrifice a few people here and there. In fact, I remember Musalam David is saying that when there is any supply, the consignment has got a number, unique number, and you know very well this is the number of the consignment. It arrived on such a date, and therefore it was very easy to know which consignment was fake. And it was calling upon the investigative departments to ensure that they bring those who were culpable to book. And this is why I'm telling you that the UDA government is divided in the middle. People like Itumbi are really supporting Linturi, and they're saying there's nothing like fake fertilizer. Later, we were informed that there is nothing like fake here. We only have substandard fertilizer. And now the ball is on Ruto's court. I don't know whether he's going to keep quiet or is going to instruct the Kenya Kwanza team to ensure that they save Linturi, or instruct them to keep quiet, or just decide to keep quiet so that they exercise their independence. I don't know what is going to happen, but this has really placed him in a very precarious situation, and it is going to divide this government in the middle. But the question that will come is, if Linturi goes, what about the other departments that have been affected? The Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, even though people like Bachogu had said that he has requested for money from the Ministry of Finance, but they have refused to release the money. When you look at Nahumincha, she's acting under the instructions of William Ruto himself. There is no money. Even if doctors want a certain amount, doctors want the CBA to be implemented, but Statehouse has instructed that there is no money. And so we are torn in between judging the cabinet secretaries and the president himself. Where do we draw a line? Because if William Ruto believed that these people are corrupt and they are incompetent, he would have sacked them a long time ago. That's why I'm telling you that Linturi is acting because he knows very well he's got the protection of the president. We wait and see what will happen after the deliberations that took place today in Parliament. I don't know what to think, but that's my take.